Welcome to The Explainer. So let me ask you something. Do you ever get to the end of the day, look back, and feel like you were just busy? Like you were running around, putting out fires, but you didn't actually move the needle on anything that really matters? Like you're just drifting? Well, today, we are going to tackle that exact feeling by diving into some powerful ideas from the legendary Jim Rohn on how to win the battle for our focus.
Rohn kicks things off with this powerhouse of an idea. Drifting is a tragedy. I mean, think about it. We live in a world that is designed to pull us in a million different directions, making it so easy to just float along. I know I've been there, caught in the current. But his point is simple and sharp. Drifting only ever leads downhill. So today we're going to learn how to stop drifting and actually start sailing.
Okay, so let's get right into it. Why is drifting so bad for us? It's not just about the time you lose. It's about what it's doing to our brains when we're constantly pulled from one thing to the next. You know that feeling, right? That mental fog you get from jumping between tasks all day?
So it turns out there's actually a name for that foggy feeling. It's called attention residue. And here's what it means. Every time you switch tasks, you glance at an email, you check a notification, a part of your brain literally gets left behind on the old task. It's like trying to have a really important conversation with someone while you're still thinking about what you were just reading. You're never fully present, you're never all there, and your ability to do good work just tanks.
But here's the good news. Ron's solution isn't some crazy lifelong commitment. Nope, it's a simple 3-day experiment. That's it. Just a short, powerful test to prove to yourself that focus isn't some magical talent you're either born with or not. It's a skill. It's a muscle you can build.
And this is the core mindset shift. We just let people and apps steal our attention all day long without a second thought. But what if you started treating it like your most valuable currency? What if you decided to invest it in things that matter, instead of just letting it get spent on whatever pops up? Where would you put it?
So how do we actually do it? Well, Rohn laid out 5 super simple disciplines. This is the practical step-by-step game plan that can completely change your ability to focus in just 3 days. This is the playbook. And here is our roadmap. It's so logical. First, we start with a plan, then we get rid of the junk that gets in the way. After that, we find a working rhythm, we manage our energy, and finally, we learn and we adapt. You see how each one builds on the last? It's a system designed to make focus almost automatic.
All right, habit number 1. And this might surprise you. It begins not in the morning, but the night before. Because as Rohn says, you can't win the day if you wake up without knowing what the game is. I've learned this one the hard way, and trust me, it changes everything. So here's the deal. If you wake up and the first question you ask yourself is, what should I do today? You've already lost the battle for focus. The evening is for strategy. So before you go to bed, you decide on the single most important thing you need to get done the next day. Just one. That's your mission. You wake up with purpose.
Okay, you've got your mission. Now it's time to deal with the #1 enemy of focus in the 21st century. Yeah, I'm talking about that amazing, wonderful, terrible little device in your pocket. It is time to fire your distraction. And don't worry, you can always rehire it later. And here is the secret to making this work. It's not about having more willpower. It's about something called stimulus control. See, you aren't a victim of your environment. You are the architect of it. It's simple, right? If there aren't any cookies on the counter, you're probably not going to eat cookies. If your phone isn't on your desk, you won't check it. So put it in another room. You're not fighting temptation, you're just removing it. Game changer. Okay, so you've designed your distraction-free workspace. Now it's time to actually get to work and find a rhythm. It's time to bring in your new best friend, the timer. This is what will orchestrate your periods of intense focus. Now, Rohn was a huge fan of the Pomodoro technique. For 25 minutes, you set a timer, and you are untouchable. You are laser-focused on that one mission you set the night before. Then, when the timer goes off, you take a real 5-minute break. And I mean a real break. No screens, get up, walk around, grab some water, look out the window. This cycle, it treats focus like a muscle. That short burst of intensity, followed by a deliberate rest, is what makes it grow strong. So let's talk about the fuel you need for that focus. Because that kind of deep work, man, it takes energy. And this 4th discipline is all about managing your energy proactively, not just reacting when you're already running on fumes. Think about it. Most people only rest when they are completely exhausted. They wait until their energy bank account is at 0. But would you wait until your car is totally empty on the highway before you even start looking for a gas station?
No way. The key here is to make small, strategic deposits of rest before you're about to go bankrupt. A short walk, a few deep breaths. You rest to prevent breaking, not because you're already broken.
And finally, we have the discipline that ties this whole system together and makes sure you actually get better at this over time, the review. Let me ask you, how often do you really, truly take a moment to reflect on your day and how it went?
As Rohn put it so well, experience isn't the best teacher, evaluated experience is. It's not enough to just go through the day, you have to learn from it. So at the end of each day, take just 10 minutes and ask yourself these simple questions. What went well? What threw me off track? It's such a small investment of time, but it creates this powerful feedback loop that lets you adjust your sales for tomorrow. You can't improve what you don't measure.
So you do this for 3 days. What happens? Yeah, you're going to be way more productive. That's a given. But the real payoff, the true reward, is something much, much deeper. It's something you might not even expect.
Rohn found that his anxiety practically vanished. And why? Because so much of our anxiety comes from what psychologists call open loops. All those unfinished tasks, unanswered emails, and nagging thoughts just swirling around in our heads. This system of planning, doing, and then reviewing, it starts to close those loops, one by one. And that brings this incredible sense of calm.
And this is what's so fascinating, because it kind of flips the script on what we normally think. We tend to believe that we need to find peace in order to focus. But what Ron discovered is that the act of focusing is actually what creates the peace. A calm mind isn't the starting line for focus. It's the fertile soil where your focus can really grow.
So, now it's over to you. The challenge is on the table. Because, let's be real, knowledge without action is just entertainment. It's time to stop watching and start doing. It's time to put this to the test in your own life.
That's it. 72 hours. Just 3 days. This isn't a lifelong sentence. It's a simple experiment to prove to yourself that you are, in fact, the captain of your own ship. You can grab the wheel, set the sail, and change your course whenever you want.
And always remember why this matters so much. The world doesn't reward you for being busy. It doesn't reward you for skimming the surface or for having 100 tabs open. It rewards you for the value you create. And real, lasting value only comes from deep, concentrated effort.
And really, that's the ultimate choice this experiment puts in front of us, isn't it? It's about paying the small price of discipline today to avoid the much, much heavier bill of regret tomorrow. It's an investment in a future that you actually design, instead of one you just drift into. The choice is yours. Go make it a good one.